Good morning.
Hello.
And welcome to the third in the series now of our Craft Along Live with expert paper crafter Samantha Clayton. And I'm really excited because Sam is in the house. She is here with us, woohoo, live at Hobbybase HQ. So we will have a thank you so much for coming along. So Sam's in the country, paying a little visit to friends and family, and we thought it would be a great opportunity for her to come into HQ and do one of her Facebook Lives with us. So we're really excited to have her here. And before we get going, for anybody who hasn't yet joined us before, we are testing the volume on our new system. If you can hear us, let us know. If you're having any issues on the sound, type comment in the comments box as well. So one of the systems that we use, we are just trying to make sure that everything sounds okay, basically. So whilst we have Sam just run in to help us, good morning, hi Nina, thanks for turning up, thanks for coming along. So the idea of these Craft Along Lives is really each week we're going to be live with Sam so she can craft along, you can craft along with her as she makes an amazing card. You can hear us, but there's an echo. Thank you, Mandy. Okay, we are working on that as we speak. So keep there with us. Is it bad, Nina? Is it quite a bad echo or doable? Hi guys, watching from Wigan in Lancashire.
Elaine.
Thanks, Elaine. Hi.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah?
Thank you. How's that, guys? Does that sound better?
Does that sound better? Let us know. That was another Sam who works at Hobbybase who's just run in and helped us out on the... Cool. We've had the thumbs up. Yes. Thank you, James. Thank you, Sam. That's better. Thanks, Mandy. Okay, right. So, as I was saying, the purpose of these lives was really just to get a pro paper crafter along to craft a beautiful card each week so you guys at home could get some value from Hobbybase and end up with an amazing card each week. So today, I'm going to start off, before we get started with Sam, I thought it'd be a great opportunity because she's here. Mum's watching.
Hi, Mum. Always there, always supportive.
Bless you. Thanks, Julie. I thought it'd be a great opportunity to ask you, now that we've got Sam here in the flesh with us, what got you started into paper crafting?
It's my mum. I've always been a crafting person, and I've kind of dipped into different things, whether it's been some sewing, some cross stitch, but paper craft is the main thing. But Mum showed me the heat embossing technique earlier in last year, and I was just like wowed by it,
hooked,
and thought I'm going to start doing a bit more of this, and then launched my YouTube channel, and it's just kind of boomed from there. So
amazing. And for anybody who doesn't follow Sam on YouTube, I will include the links in the comments of this video either during or after, so you can. Would definitely urge you to go over and check her out on YouTube. Okay, so second question, what is it that you love most about paper crafts?
I just love the techniques that you can do with just one sheet of paper.
Yeah,
you don't need to have many products to be able to make something amazing, and literally just give me a scoreboard and a sheet of paper and I'm as happy as anything. So and
again, not that it's a shameless plug for Sam's social media, but you should go over to her Instagram and her Facebook and check out her designs, because some of the cards, all of the cards, are just beautiful and brilliant and so creative. We love them here. We've just been telling her that for the last half an hour. So again, we love it, and we're really privileged that she's here with us. Okay, so what techniques are we going to be using today? So
today we're doing a silhouette card, and we're going to be doing blending technique with the Tim Holtz oxide inks.
Fabulous. And we know these have been really popular actually of late. So hopefully majority of you have got the product via the link that we sent out last week, so you're all prepared. If not, don't worry, because you'll be able to watch the replay afterwards, and we'd very much love to see you joining us next week. We will share the link with what you need for next week's card at the end as well. And if you do make a card during this live, send us the picture. So without further ado, I'm going to let Sam get herself all set up and organized, and then we're going to go over to her and she's going to join in and she's going to get going. So over to you. If you follow us on Instagram at Hobbybase UK, I'm actually going to be doing some live streaming and behind the scenes video too. So you can actually get a feel for, you know, more than the room that we're stood in right now, more than just Sam's hands doing the magic work. Okay. If you've got any questions, guys, please pop them in the comments as we go. I'll pick them up and I'll read them out to Sam. If there's any issues at all, again, just communicate with us and yeah, we'll get it sorted. Thanks, guys. Enjoy. Over to Sam.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so this is the silhouette card. And I thought this lovely Santa on his sleigh die, the Hobbybase die, was perfect for this style card. So I've got 3 examples here. We've got one with the heat embossing, this is the heat embossing I'm going to show you today. I just think this looks really great.
Yeah.
And then this is the color tones that we're going to do today. So we're going to do these blues, so it's like Santa's flying in the midnight sky. So it's a very, very straightforward card. And there's some really nice techniques to show in this one.
It's cute. I love how you've used that die, that Santa and reindeer die. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, I was really pleased with these ones. So, and again, just showing you these other colors. It doesn't always have to be, you know, you can really think outside the box and use some really crazy colors if you like. So let's start making this one. I'll show you the envelope as well with that card. So as we mentioned and put in our details of what you needed, this is the main card base, which was cut from a piece of 9 by 6 1/4. So you just need to score it 4 1/2 and that will give you your card base. Okay. And then you need 2 pieces of 6 1/4 by 4 1/2. So I've got one in white and then I've got one in this blue, which is going to go inside. And then you can obviously write your message to whoever you're sending it to. So with your white piece of cardstock here, what you want to do is grab a circle die. We just said that you needed something around 3 inches diameter. And this will just give you that nice kind of moon that we want for our card. So I've got a piece of scrap, or scrap, I'd say scraps from my scrap drawer, but a nice piece of card here. And I'm just going to pop this through. Now I'm using all other people's supplies. So I've been using my mum's supplies when I'm at home. I'm using I'm using the Gemini, the Crafters Companion Gemini. This is a really nice treat. So bear with me while I make sure I get this all in place. So I'm just going to die cut my circle die there. I'll just run this one through. Make sure I get this right. Oh, this is a bit posh. I'm usually cranking with my, yeah. When you hear that crack, that's a good thing. I know I see a lot of comments by people sometimes about, oh my God, if it's making a cracking sound, is that wrong? No, it's good. It means it's working. Okay, so there we go. That's die cut through there nicely. So let me just get all that out of the way. Okay, so there's your die cut circle, and then what you want to do is just grab. Now there's a little tip. What I tend to do is just use a piece of double-sided tape, and let me just find the end here. And you could double up some washi tape if you want. You just want something that's low tack, but when you've got the double-sided tape, just rub it on your jeans a couple of times just to remove the kind of initial stickiness. So you're just getting that lint on it, and then you just want to pop it onto the back of your circle die. Now what you can also do, if you have masking sheets, you can buy the masking sheets and you can die cut them, and then it will stick on your project, and it's because it's low tack, it's perfect for blending, etc. So this is just kind of a quick cheat way of doing it as well. So let me just remove this double-sided tape. So
we've got 6 people watching us live at the moment, which is great. Hello to everybody who is watching. That's Joan, Julie, Nina, Mandy, Elaine, and a couple of others. So hello.
I see some regular names there, so it's really nice that we've got some regular people coming and crafting with us now, which is good. Okay, so I've just put some of that tape onto the back there, and then you just want to position it near the top. I've got it here on my piece, I'd say probably about 3/4 of an inch down from the top. It's entirely up to you. If you want to have it at the bottom, you can do. I'm just going to pop this one just like so. And that sticky tape underneath is enough to keep that in place. Obviously you'll put your hands on it as well, but it just stops it from moving around. So now we want to start doing some of our blending. Now I do absolutely adore the Distress Oxides. They're just so easy for blending. So if maybe this is something that you're maybe a bit maybe scared of doing, I would say that the Distress Oxides are probably the best start off. Because they blend so easily. So even if you think you've made a mistake, you can keep going over it again and again, which is great.
That's good, yeah, definitely.
So what we want to do first of all is start off with the lightest colour around the moon, so around that disc. So I'm going to be using the Cracked Pistachio. So I've just got my blending tools here, and I'll just get this nice and inked up. Now these don't dry straight away, so again you've got time to be able to, you can even use your finger. So if there's like little areas and stuff and you want to kind of change it a bit, you can do. And then I just tend to just put the heat tool over it and just heat set it. So just start from the middle of the disc, because you kind of want to get off the excess first, and you're kind of just blending with the kind of last pieces, of the ink that's on your blending tool. So start from the middle and then just kind of work out. So all I'm doing, make sure you can see, so all my ink is on that disc in the middle. All I'm actually pushing onto the edges at the moment is just a tiny little piece of that greeny colour just on the outside. So if I just bring it up to show you there, you can just see it's nearly all on the disc. There's only a little bit coming off around the outsides of that disc. And that's just going to kind of give us that kind of reflection effect that we want. So, see what I mean? That disc isn't moving anywhere, and that's just with a tiny little piece of double-sided tape, but it won't ruin your card when you go to take it off. It won't rip it or anything like that. Okay, so that's just with that greeny effect. Now I can go over this again and again, and you kind of build it up. So I'm going to remove that green now and move on to the peacock feather. These colours are so cool. They're so bright.
Yeah, they are really nice.
So,
has anybody here got the Distress Oxide ink pads? Let us know what you think.
So again, so I'm just inking that one up. And then what I'm going to do here now is come in from this side, so on the mat, kind of start from the mat and then come in with that colour. And you're just kind of meeting it up with the green, not quite going over into that disc colour, and just bring it all the way down. And just keep building it up like so. So we're going to come around down to the bottom now. So I'm not like an expert in blending, which is why I love the oxide ink so much, because it is, mine's really kind of the paper shaping and scoring and folding and all that kind of thing is, I'd say, my strong point. But I love doing this, and I love it because you can make mistakes and you can easily cover them up. So you can see here, this is this is no kind of skill to this. Don't be afraid to go for it. That's the peacock feather. So then we'll probably go back to that again in a minute. And now I'm going to use the darkest colour, which is the Faded Jeans.
And just a quick question: what's the best way to sort of wash out once you're done with the?
I just wash these in warm soapy water.
Yeah.
And then I sit them on the top of the radiator to dry through, and then put them away.
Cool.
And they're fine. These have been lasting me a long time.
Excellent.
Okay, so now with the darkest colour, I'm going to come up from the bottom with this one. So again, just kind of take it off the mat first, so you kind of get rid of the excess, and then just bring it up. And we're going to rub and blend all this in together. And you want to just work it up the sides. And just really work it in to the other colour. So you start to create like 4 or 5 colours on this one piece of card because you're mixing them all together. You can see there I'm getting rid of all of those little kind of circle shapes. And then on the edges here, just kind of get your blending tool.
That's so effective already, isn't it? And that's taken you
minutes.
Yeah.
You can create such fun backgrounds. I mean, this is, a good thing to do, like kind of prep. Just if one day you've kind of, you want to craft, but you don't really know what to do. I always say this is the kind of thing that I go to sometimes. And I just sit there with some plain paper and just play around and create some really nice backgrounds. It's great for stenciling. Yeah. All kinds of things there. So, and then you can just add a bit more. See, it's kind of purpley down here, which I like. So I think I'm going to add just a little bit more.
Nina says the really pretty colours. I've never used them, but she's really tempted.
These, if there's one that I would go for, Nina, it is these Distress Oxide. The Distress inks are lovely as well, but I just find these blend, the oxides blend just perfectly. So yeah, definitely go for it. I'm just going to add a bit more of this peacock feather colour. Like so. See there, just it's a really rich colour, it's lovely. So there, I'm quite happy with that, and there's no signs of any of those kind of the circle shapes of these foam pads. You don't see any of that at all on this, so you get a really nice finish. So I'm happy with that, so we can get rid of all of these bits now. I'm going to move this all out of the way. So. And then what I would say is, because I'm going to be using this straight away, is I'm just going to put a little bit of heat with my heat tool over it, just to set the ink a bit, because it is it's like got a chalky texture to it. You don't want this obviously coming off on anything else that you might be making. So I'm just going to blast it a little bit with the heat. So excuse me if this is loud. Okay, so just give it a quick little dry there. You don't want your paper to roll or curl or anything. Okay. And then what we can do is carefully peel this piece off in the middle. Making sure I use a finger that I've got no colour on. And there we have our moon effect.
Wow, fab.
So how lovely is that?
That's good. Really, is everybody up to speed with us this morning? If you're crafting along at home, I know Julie will be. Let us know if you need us to slow down or whether we're going at the right pace, which I think we are. But yeah, just let us know in the comments.
I am a bit fast with these things, so do tell me if I am going a little bit too fast.
And don't forget, you can always watch the replay afterwards as well.
Okay, so now we've got that, let's just set that to the side and we can die cut our lovely Santa and reindeer. So we're going to be die cutting this one today on our black card. So I'm just going to take this one off back in here. I've just got a piece of scrap card here. Again, all these card making is great when you've got lots of scraps. I always have mine organised in colours. So it's just really easy to find a card that I need and use quickly. So I'll just put this one in here.
And the die that Sam is cutting at the moment is part of our brand new die range. And again, I'll share a link at the end of today.
I think I'm tempted to upgrade my die cutting machine now as well. So
are you? We've given you a taste of the Gemini.
I'm going to hold this in. I've got the sticky double-sided tape on the back on here. Let me take that off. There we go. Hopefully, oh, it's come out perfectly. These die cut so nicely, so strong actually that it's still stuck inside the die. But there we go. I can take this. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Such a pretty die, and like I said before, it works perfectly with this silhouette effect. With having him flying off to deliver more presents. So, okay, so that's that one there. Then I need need some glue. Some wet glue. Let's have a look. Let's raid Hobbybase craft stash. What we got here? Oh, the stick it. Perfect.
Got it.
So just this one here. Just the Do Craft Stick It, which is great for these kind of detailed dies. So all I'm going to do is just add a bit onto all of the kind of little parts. I'm sure this one's coming out.
It's funny until you get going, isn't it? You kind of take for granted the little bits that you need.
Yeah.
The essentials of the craft room.
I think I need to get another one. Actually, I don't think that was coming out. Let's find another one. I'll use the pokey tool to see. My mum's got this one, so there's some things you know how to do. No.
Got it.
Just, I think we've got some. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're just declogging the glue, everybody.
So what is everybody doing today? Are they making the same card?
Yeah, let us know. Are you crafting along with us? We would love your feedback of these craft along series. And if you do have the time to craft along during the day with us, again, let us know. If we can make it any better, then yeah, we're very open to feedback.
I'm actually going to use some of the fuse stick it here, just because I can't get that glue out properly. So I'm just going to put little bits on here. A little bit on the reindeer, just enough to stick it down. So, do you know what? It's great. This is like my craft room. There's just so much stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have a good old mooch. Okay, so let me just. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Like so, and then just sit him. So I've got him on an angle, so he's slightly down low and the reindeer's up high, just so he sits nice and neatly in the middle of that moon. Look at that. Isn't that really nice?
That is lovely.
Such a great design.
It's such a great effect.
Yeah. Does everybody else do that? Do they talk to themselves a lot? I know I do. Always talking to myself.
Oh wow, we have somebody joining us from Germany.
Oh, hello.
Katie, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Right, now we need to do some heat embossing. So, because, like I said before, that the distressed oxides can be a bit wet, when you do any of the heat embossing, you want to make sure that you use your anti-static embossing buddy, or you get the anti-static sticks, and really give it a good rub, because you don't want any of it sticking to that wet ink. So like I said, give it a blast with your heat tool, and then make sure you give it a really good coat with this. So I'm not covering the whole thing. I'm going to hold it up, and I know I just want to stick my sentiment down this bottom piece here. So I'm just going to rub that over nicely there. And then what I'm going to do is do a test first. So don't go straight into it thinking that it might be okay. Do a little test first. Grab a scrap piece of paper, like so. And then with the embossing, I've got some silver embossing powder here. Just tip it on the bottom of the area you want to do it. And I can see that it all rubs off perfectly. So I know now none's going to stick in any area that I don't want it to. So let me just pop this back in. So, and then I'm going to grab my, so I'm just going to rub that again, being super careful. I'm not going to get it anywhere else. And then I need my stamps. So I just got a...
Mandy has said, unfortunately, she's not able to craft right now, but she's going to do it later.
Okay. Perfect.
But she's still watching. That's great, Mandy. We'll let you off.
I just need a block to put my stamp on.
Okay.
I forgot to do that, didn't I? Right, before I do that, let's just put this away before I get that scrap. Okay. Let me find... Sorry, I'm just trying to find a stamp block. This is what happens when you craft, you see, in other places. It's like... I should change my name to the Travelling Crafter. I think that would be a good one.
That's a very good name.
At the moment it is.
We're just getting your credit block for you.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, brilliant. Thank you, James. Okay, so just got a Merry Christmas stamp here. So just get that all in place. And then grab some Versamark. We're just going to ink this up. Okay.
And Nina has also said that I think she's talking about the Distress Oxide ink, something for her Christmas list. Which is aptly timed, actually, because just this week we have launched wish lists at Hobbybase.
Okay.
So, go onto our website, find the products you want, add them to a wish list, and then you can actually share that list with friends and family.
It's a great idea. I think I need to share that with my husband.
Yeah.
I'll put the Gemini on there.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'm just putting my stamp, it's inked up with the Versamark there, and just positioning that, just making sure I get that nicely covered. And there I can see the impression of that watermark that's been left there. So I'm just going to lift that up, just grab my scrap piece of paper and just cover that at the bottom. And you can see there, it's only covering the Merry Christmas and nowhere else on that, which is good. So just move that to one side. Grab my heat tool. Make sure you get your heat tool piping hot. Me and my mum were having this conversation the other evening. She said, I can never seem to get heat embossing perfect, or it's a bit bobbly and stuff. The main tip is you want it extremely hot. And then with circular movement, just carefully try and pick this up on the camera there. You can see straight away that takes, and as soon as it takes, move away from it and go on to the next bit. You don't want to bubble that embossing powder too much, and you don't want to burn it. Just enough, just to set it all, and there, it's done. And what I will do as well is I'm just going to blast it from the back.
Mum says Mum loves the products as well. Samantha, hint, hint.
Have you got your Christmas presents? Okay, just blast the back as well, and that'll just kind of give you a nicer shape. So now you can see there, got a gorgeous Merry Christmas.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, really pleased with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I just need to pop some double-sided tape onto the back of this and mount it onto my card. And I'm just going to just take it slightly off to the side here of the mat, because I don't want to get any of that card onto the back, the ink that's on that mat onto the back of this. I'm just going to put some...
Nina has shared a really cool tip with us. If she's cutting an intricate die, I stick the card onto a double-sided sticky sheet. Yeah, she says.
Yeah, I do that as well, Nina. It's great. It just saves so much time. It's such a good thing to do. So yeah, the double-sided sticky sheets you can use for so many different things. They are great. Oh, put that back on. Okay, so just going to remove this backing. Not my camera there, sorry. Okay, and then with your, I'm going to do actually, let me just pop that there. Just use, and I can pop this all on here so it doesn't. Okay, so with your card base, you'll have a nice 1/4 of an inch frame. Just lie that down on your card, like so. So I can feel my ink's quite dry now, so which is good. So there you have now your card just matted onto your card base. Then I've got the inside piece here, which is a blue colour, which complements just with the front there. You could use plain white if you want. I always like to put a piece inside my cards, just because I just think it just gives it a real nice, you know, strength. And especially if you're using maybe a slightly lighter card base, adding that extra weight will really help it, especially when it's obviously standing up on, you know, someone's mantle or side table or something. So backing there. I forgot I've got that stick-it actually, never mind. So what's everybody think of the cards so far? Do they like the style? Do they like the technique?
Yeah, let us know in the comments, everybody, if you're watching. Let us know what you think of the card and the technique. If you've got any questions, again, pop them in the comments. We're here to help and answer them.
Okay, so I'm just going to pop this piece into the middle here. Again, it'll give you that nice kind of 1/8 of an inch border, like so. So already now I've got a really nice strong card. Then just to finish off at the top, I am just obsessed with these Nuvo drops in all colours, but at the moment I'm using, this one is White Blizzard, and it's just really lovely. So these do take a little bit longer to dry, so I'm going to show you and then be very careful not to smudge it. But I just thought this acted, it's almost like giving the illusion of a little bit of snow. So again, wherever you want, just squeeze these, and they dry clear and they're really nice and glittery. And where else? Put a couple here. And you can go crazy with these. You can do really big kind of splodges. And do some nice little ones here.
Nina says the card is lovely.
Oh, thank you, Nina. And there you have it. That is it. So at the moment they're looking a bit more whiter, which I guess for snow is not a bad thing anyway. But once those dry, they will be completely clear. And if I show you this one here, you can see the one before. Can you kind of just picking up there, them kind of glittering? So that is the card. So now I'm going to show you the envelope just to match, but I think that is, yeah,
that is,
even if I do say so myself,
it is
I think
beautiful.
That's really, really pretty card.
Yeah, really pretty.
Okay, so pop that to one side and just show you now how to do your envelope for that. So using the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. For this one here, it's an A6 card, so you need a piece of 8 7/8 by 8 7/8 paper. So you first of all want to score your first punch at 3 3/4. So just pop your card in and bring it down there so you can see. So 3 3/4. Like so. Grab your tool there and just score, and then I flip the whole piece to the opposite side, so 3 3/4, and then just join up, rotate it, join up that score line with your score guide here, score, and then rotate that one to the other side, and again with that score guide just line it up and score. Whatever side, on the two longest sides here, this corner will be my kind of envelope closure, so that will be the piece that I will just round off the edges there.
That's a very funky tool, I think.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I love it. Yeah,
and you can do so many more things than just envelopes. It's
really?
not, yeah, it's not. You can make gift boxes. I've recently just made some Christmas crackers.
Oh wow!
Using the envelope punch board. So yeah, there's some.
That's so
really,
versatile.
Yeah, it's definitely another good piece to invest in. Highly
Cool.
recommend it.
I will find that and share the link with you all again, let everybody.
So just fold up your envelope there, and then with my tape here, just add some sticky tape to the bottom and just seal that up. Now I'm not going to put my card in because it's still drying with those Nuvo drops, but there is your envelope and there is your lovely matching card.
Ta-da!
So
Wow, I love that. That is gorgeous. And Elaine says this is beautiful. I will revisit my inks and have a play.
Brilliant. Good.
That is fantastic. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I hope everybody enjoyed that. Let us know, again, if you've got any feedback about the times, the length, the format. We're really keen to hear from you all and kind of make these better. I wish we could do this in person every single week.
It would be so nice, wouldn't it?
It's
It would
been
be fun.
brilliant. It has been so much fun.
Yeah.
But as we said before, unless anybody isn't aware, that Sam actually lives in China.
Yes, as far away as I could possibly.
So for the next few weeks, he's actually in the UK, so they will be done from the UK. But after that, we're going to be back in China, so the times will change. And Julie says, love it. Well done, Sam.
I'll be checking yours out, Mum, when I come home.
Yes, everybody share the pictures of your cards with us. Drop them in the comments or post them onto our page or in the event on our Facebook page. That would be amazing too.
Please do.
Next week, what are we doing?
Next week, I haven't got the card with me,
Okay.
sorry, but next week is going to be showing you how to make your own stamps with your own dies.
Oh, yes.
Creating a really nice background and some little dangly bits on it as well.
Yeah, I like those, the little accessories.
Yes.
Cool. So I will share some pictures of those in the next Facebook event, which we'll set up within the next few hours. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. We've loved having you here, and we hope to see you next week, 6 o'clock. We'll give you the links of everything that you'll need for next week to join us.
Yeah.
But thank you. Keep chatting with us, and yeah, see you all soon.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.